you like my pink and purple eye?
Hi, Maria here, and welcome to my channel.
Today I have this purpley thing going on.
This is what I decided to do with my eyes, and I used the Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon palette. I talk about it a little bit more in the end. But I love this palette. I just think it's very versatile because you can get colorful looks like this if you're into purples. You can get purpley pink looks, full-on pink looks. Just has a few more pops of color that make it a bit more versatile than just a neutral palette. So I love this palette. So we're doing this. Yes, we are. And so I think that we should get started. The one thing that I will tell you is I primed my face with e.l.f. Mineral Face Primer. I've been using the men's aftershave balm for a long time, but I found that during the summer, if I get sweaty, it gets really oily on my nose and it looks kind of creepy. So I went with e.l.f. Mineral Primer today, and it also helps with the pores. And then I used L'Oreal True Match Lumi W12 as my primary foundation, but I also added a little bit of L'Oreal Pro Matte just in, I think it's 102 Sand Beige, just to darken it a little bit. So that's what I used there. I used Master Conceal by Maybelline with a little bit of chromatic mix from Makeup Forever, just to lighten it for my highlight, or like my kind of like concealer / highlight areas. And then I dusted my whole face, Laura Mercier translucent powder. So this is what I have going on. I like the way it turned out. I love my glowy cheeks, and let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is use my Smashbox 24-hour Photo Finish eyeshadow primer. And I got this from my mom. She got it and she didn't like it, but I actually really like it. It's a little stiffer, so it's not super wet, and it goes on super easy, like it just kind of glides on. And I'm really finding that it works really well. And the first thing I'm gonna do is pick up this white color called Divinity, and I'm just gonna put that all over my lid. And that'll just kind of serve as a base so that my other shadows go on nice and easy. I'm going to start with this Almond Truffle color right there as my transition. Okay, now I'm going to go into this pink color Totally Fetch. And I'm going to put that kind of in the transition color area, but just this outer portion of my lid. And then I'm going to pull it onto my eyelid just slightly by just kind of flicking it like that. Okay, and another thing to do when you're doing your eye looks is every time you put on another shade, center yourself in your mirror. So like center yourself in your mirror and just make sure that both eyes look fairly symmetrical. So it's important to kind of just pause between each application of shadow just to make sure that they're even. Now I'm going to take a smaller fluffy brush and I'm going to go into this black currant color right there. And I'm just applying this straight over that Totally Fetch color. And so when I'm pulling this one, I'm going a little further than the pink, and then just flicking it onto the lid, just like I did the pink one. Okay, now that's what I've got so far. I'm gonna just blend the edges just so that there's no harsh lines. Now I'm gonna take a flat C brush, and this one is by e.l.f. And I'm going to go into the color Cotton Candy. Now I'm going to take just a really teeny weeny little detail brush, and I'm going to go back into that Almond Truffle, this shade right there, and I'm going to just apply that on the lower lash line. I'm going to take an angled brush and I'm going to go back into that hot pink color, Totally Fetch. And I'm just doing this on the lower, or the outer portion of my lower lash line. Then I'm going back into that black currant shade and placing that right over Totally Fetch. Okay, now I'm actually going to take the black currant color right into the tear duct area, like all the way along the lower lash line. but I'm just gonna keep it tight to the lashes. And then just because I'm going to put some of this cotton candy just right over top of the black currant. Just kind of makes it more of a gradient effect. I don't know if we can see. Now I'm going to take cottage cheese, like it's a NYX jumbo pencil in cottage cheese, and I'm just gonna put that in my tear duct area. And then I'm gonna go back into cotton candy, and I'm just gonna lightly put that over top of the white, just so that it just kind of pinks it up a bit. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of deepen up the dark, or the lower lash line by using this, it's a Stila smudge stick, and the color is in Purple Tang. And this is just gonna I'm just gonna basically smudge this into my lash line. Now I'm gonna tightline with my Rimmel Scandalize in black. I can never do this, like, you know how I've seen so many of them, and they go, and now, they go, and now I'm going to tightline. And they just basically go, and it's done. And I'm like, that's amazing. Unfortunately, eyeballs creep me out. So I can't just do that. So I always have to lift, which technically is way more creepy, but it's the way I have to do it. And then I just take the Scandalize and just run it into the lashes again. Just like that. And see the difference that makes, like between this eye and this eye? Like, what do you think? I think it makes a huge difference. But I've lined it, but you can still see all my lid, and it's not this noticeable black line across. So that's why I like doing my liner like that. And then I'm gonna do the lower lash line, the water line. So now that I've got all that done, I'm looking, and I want to actually extend the purple a little bit more, because when I rest my eyes, I don't know if you can see in the camera because I'm looking up, but when I rest my eyes, you almost lose the purple. So I'm gonna just take it lightly up a little higher. I'm going to take just this little brush that I started with, go back into the Divinity shade, just that white color, and I'm gonna run that along my my brow line, and just kind of, just kind of blend it into the purple, so it just softens it. Okay, now I'm going to curl my lashes and put mascara on. Okay, so when you're doing your lashes, it's really, really important. I say this almost every time, to make sure that that glue is tacky. So you're waiting about a minute, and bizarrely enough, like a minute seems like hardly anything a lot of times. But when you're waiting for lash glue to dry, a minute seems like an eternity. It absolutely does. And I'm tempted every time to put it on too soon. Okay, I think it's pretty close to ready. Let's do this. So I'm grabbing it in the middle, set it right like that. Then I put, it just depends. A lot of times I do the inner corner first. So you're just setting that on, and then you just secure this side. You want to get as close to your lash line as possible, and that's it. It's on. And the nice thing is that when you do it, when the glue is almost dry, it goes on so easy, and it doesn't muck up your eyelid. So yeah, it's definitely worth waiting. I'm going to just do my lower lash line, and I'm using the L'Oreal Voluminous Mascara in Carbon Black. I'm gonna start with my usual MAC Omega. I've used a lot of bronzers. I've got a Laura Geller, I can't say bronzer. Laura Geller bronzer. I don't know why, but for whatever reason that works as a tongue twister for me. L'Oreal bronzer, L'Oreal. I can't do it. Anyway, I've got one of those. I like that one. I've got the butter bronzer by Physicians Formula that smells like coconut. And I really love the smell. But honestly, the Chocolate Soleil in medium, so it's not even the light one. And technically I'm so fair, I should be using that one. But somehow this one I just think like when I have this one on, for whatever reason, I like my makeup better that day. So I don't know what it is about it. But you know what? I rarely use much bronzer on my forehead. Like if I'm wearing my hair back, I may. But the issue with me is that my forehead actually kind of, it's oval. And so if you've got an oval forehead, like I don't want to narrow my forehead really, because I don't want it being narrower than my cheeks, which like my forehead is narrower than right here because I'm heavier. So I don't usually do tons of bronzer up there. I put some in the areas like my hairline kind of recedes a bit. So I'll put some there just to add shadow, but I don't really do much on my forehead. But where I do like to do it is down here because I got a double chin. For blush, I'm gonna go into this Mary Kay blush, and it is called Strawberry Cream, and it is honestly one of my favorite blushes, especially for summer. And then I'm gonna go into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit, and I'm gonna go into Starburst. I love this glow kit so much. I'm so glad I got it. Ever so glad. Yes, indeed. So for my lip color today, I'm going to go in with MAC Stone, and then I'm going to use NYX Retractable in Pinky Beige, and then I am going to use this Revlon Matte lip color in 002 Pink Pout, and then I'm going to use NYX Butter Gloss in Eclair. So I'm going to fluff my hair, and then I will be right back. So this is the final look. We've got the eyes. I am particularly loving my glowy cheeks today. But what I love about the Chocolate Bonbon palette is the fact that you can do tons of neutral looks, but you can also get something that's super pink and purpley, and like I could do a vibrant like fuchsia eye or a purple eye, or keep it really neutral. And it does lean cool, but I just think it's an excellent palette because it's versatile. So yeah, I really love this palette. So that is my opinion. I have done an actual review on the palette, and maybe I'll link that below. I think I swatched all the colors on my lid, and my lids were really sore, but it was fun. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and have an amazing week. We'll talk to you soon.